Hey guys! Alright, say hi when you pop on. My name is Heidi Petrositis. I'm so excited we're doing this class for you guys, this training, because recruiting is this is my opinion. Recruiting is the most important thing in this business because it's what's going to give you those royalty checks and residual income, right? It's going to give you those royalty checks and residual income. Your PRS means you're actually doing the work. So you have to build a team if you want that residual income, right? Okay, I'm super excited for this. I'm just going to dive right in because that's just how I work. It's just how I roll, okay? Hey, Teresa. So say hi when you guys pop on. If you're watching the replay, comment below #replay so that way it pops back up so your team can see it. But I am just going to start rolling. We're just going to start rolling. So I have done so much personal development. I've gone to a couple different trainings, and the topic I'm going to talk to you guys about is the number one. I can't say it's the number one, but it is one of the top reasons why people will buy from you or join your team. So it is super important, right? Super, super important. Do any of you guys know what it is? Comment below if you know the answer. But I am just going to spill the beans and tell you right now. So the number one reason why people will buy from you or join your team is to relieve pain. So what does that mean? It means they're trying to relieve some sort of physical, emotional pain. Maybe it's a financial pain. Maybe it's just some sort of pain, and that can be all-encompassing because there's so many sort of things that can cause us pain or anxiety or stress, right? So I have notes, you guys. I have notes, or else I'll start rambling about something else. So why do we have it? Why do people want to join your team? Or why do people want to buy from you? To relieve some sort of pain. Pain's the number one. The second one is to gain pleasure. But the first thing is they are trying to relieve some sort of pain. Like they would choose to relieve pain over gaining some sort of pleasure because that's how our brains work. Like we need to relieve that source of pain or anxiety or stress that's wearing us down, right? So let's talk about pain points because once you can identify your ideal business partner's pain points, it's going to be so much easier to target who you're trying to get on your team and to target them and identify them, right? Because you want runners, you guys. Let's be real. You want runners on your team because that's what's going to get you to black status. That's what's going to get you to orange status because you need elites, right? You need elites. And the elites are your runners because they're hustling, right? So you need to know who your ideal elite partner is. You need to know who your ideal runner is. And to know that, you need to know what their pain points are. You need to know what their struggles are because they will join your team if they have a pain point that your business is going to solve for them, right? So, a couple of things. I'm going to ask you a couple of things, and you can just write your answers down because truthfully, you guys, we probably all will have kind of similar ideal business partners, but we all have different personalities. So my business partner might look a little bit different than someone else's business partner because of our personalities and who we think would be best working on our teams, right? So thinking about your ideal business partner, the ideal person you want on your team that's going to join today and hustle and want green status and want black status. What does that person look like? Like we're not even talking physically. We're just talking about what does that person look like? What are they thinking? What is their biggest source of pain? What is their biggest fears? What common challenges do they face? What are their biggest desires? So you really have to dig deep into this. So I'm going to talk to you guys about mine because in this class that I took with Deb Erickson, I highly recommend her, you guys. She's a mindset coach, but she helps so much in business because let's be honest, this network marketing is a career and personal development with a comp plan attached. So if you can't get the personal development plan part down, it is going to be hard to overcome a lot of those obstacles and the no's and the negativity and the unfriending and the unfollowing and all those things, right? You have to grow your mindset. So this is all from her class. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, you guys, say hi when you pop on. So what she said is to identify their pain points. So some of the things that are my ideal business partner. So someone I'm looking for that I want on my team that's going to want green status so I can help them hit green, so I can help them hit orange, so I can help them hit purple and help them hit black. So for me personally, I kind of went with some of my pain points because I can understand those, I can relate to them, and it'll be really easy to get them to just like jump on board, right? Because I understand, I get it. So for me, some of my pain points that are some of my ideal business partners' pain points are someone that's sick of trading time for money. Someone who is so frustrated because they have to work 40 plus hours a week and still feel like they're just kind of making ends meet. Someone who, so like a big thing for me, so I'm a registered nurse, you guys. When I started Younique, I was working over 40 hours a week, and I missed out on so much stuff because I had to work. You can only, as a nurse, you can only call in, at my current jobs, you could only call in sick so many days or you would literally lose your job. It was just part of our contract. So I couldn't call in sick to go to some events that I wanted to go to. So I missed my best friend's wedding in California because I was on call and nobody would trade with me. I missed a funeral. I missed so many holidays and Christmases. Like, I missed out on so many events because I had to work. So that was one of my pain points that I can really, really identify with other people. So I'm looking for someone who needs more time enjoying the things she loves and less time working. I'm looking for someone out there who is sick of making enough money to make ends meet, but not enough to really do the things that she loves. I'm looking for someone who doesn't want to miss out on time with her family. I'm looking for someone who is sick of, this is funny, I'm looking for someone who is sick of telling them how much her time is worth. Because at any job, your boss is going to say, okay, here's your job, this is how much money I'll pay you per hour. So someone is basically identifying how much your time is worth. And that kind of pisses me off, y'all. It kind of pisses me off. Like, it's funny because before this business, I didn't care about these things because I didn't know there was another way. But now that I know there's another option where I can choose how much I'm worth and like choose my paychecks, it pisses me off that like someone else out there can tell me how much my time is worth. Like, I should be the only one that decides that, right? So that's a pain point. So you need to identify your ideal business partner. So whoever you want on your team, you have to identify their biggest pain points. Because they will join your team if they have a pain point that is big enough that your business will solve that pain point. So how do you go about that? So say you are scrolling through Facebook and I see the other one that I can't relate to yet, but I have a ton of friends that are going through this, are new moms. So my friends that have babies and all of a sudden they have to go back to work, to their full-time jobs, and they are so sad. They are so sad. I can't relate because I don't actually have kids. But that's a pain point, right? So I can message them and just say, hey, Susan, like, I saw you had a new baby and I saw your post that you have to go back to work next week. Like, my heart's breaking for you. That has to feel super sucky. I was curious if you would want to learn how to do a business where you could work from your cell phone and stay home with your baby, right? I identified her pain point. I'm solving the solution. So that is one of the biggest things, you guys, that will help you with your business. Because your business is solving their problem, right? Our business can solve so many problems. But like I said, we're all going to have a little bit different ideal business partners because of the things that we've been through, right? We all join this business for different reasons, right? So your pain points are going to be different than my pain points. We'll all probably have some of the same ones, but you really need to identify those pain points in your ideal business partner and then start reaching out to the people that have those pain points. The other thing that's really cool, you guys, is that even if you reach out to someone, you identify their pain point, and you give them the solution, right, of the business opportunity, and they're like, no, I don't need that, it's fine. You can reword it then and say, do the feel, felt, found, right? Because you want to say, you don't want to come off aggressive or upset, so use the feel, felt, found method. Google it if you don't know what it is. There's so many good videos on it. But you could basically just say, oh my gosh, girl, I feel you. That's totally fine. I completely understand, blah, blah, blah. But then you can say, if you can think of anybody, if you have any friends that just had a baby and they're super disappointed or sad that they have to go back to work, and you think this business would really help them, feel free to give them my name or feel free to let me know, and I'd love to reach out and help them. So that way, even if they say no, you can still see if they know anybody, right? Like, you can totally flip it, right? And I've done that a couple of times, and people actually gave me names of their friends. So that's kind of the biggest thing I wanted to pop on and talk about. Let's see what else I have. The other thing that she talked about that is really cool is, so she goes to, you want to identify the pain point, give them the solution, give them the benefits of it, and then close, which is getting them to join your team, right? So when people ask you, like, what do you do? I struggle with this a ton because it's all mindset. It's all in my mindset, and I know this. But for me, I struggle with saying I do anything besides registered nurse. Like, in person, I can do Facebook like this. Like, I got Facebook down. But in person, I struggle. So when people ask me, like, when I meet someone for the first time in person, and they're like, hey, Heidi, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a registered nurse. Like, and it's hard for me to say anything about my makeup business because for me, I struggle with it because because I know, I guess it comes from people's opinions and stuff, but I hold a pretty good career, right? Like, I've done ER nursing, I've done ICU nursing, I've done the hard stuff, I've saved people's lives, I've been with people holding their hands while they lose their mom or dad. Like, I've done the hard stuff, I know what that is. So then for me to say, like, oh, I sell makeup online, like, it's hard for me, and I know it's all mindset, and I know I need to grow my mindset. But it's something I struggle with. So she gave us some words that really can help you kind of like identify your business without just saying you're in network marketing or you sell makeup online. So she said, so say someone were to come up to me and be like, hey, Heidi, what do you do? You want to say, like, have you ever met someone? And then identify that pain point. So I could say, so someone's like, hey, Heids, what do you do? And I'm like, well, what I do is, like, have you ever met someone that was so frustrated that they had to work 40 hours a week and they still couldn't really, like, do the fun things because they're just, like, having to pay all their bills? And so they'd say, yeah, and they're probably thinking, that's me, but they don't want to tell you that. Then you say, well, what I do is I help those people kind of gain back that control, gain back that time freedom, work from their phones and not have to work 40 hours a week and start making those larger paychecks. So then they're going to be like, well, what? Gosh, that sounds really cool. Like, they're going to want to know more, right? Where if you just say, I sell makeup online, they're probably going to be like, okay, she's going to try and sell to me. I'm going to leave now. So you want to just kind of play with your wording, play what feels comfortable to you. You kind of have to identify your pain points too to do this because, like I said, your ideal business partner will probably have some of your same pain points because you can relate to them, right? This business is all about relationships and relating to them. So you're worried about people judging you, like, yeah, Hannah, girl, it's a struggle. I still worry about it, and I've been in this for 2 years, and I've made it a long ways in this business, and it's still a struggle. So that's why personal development is the biggest thing in this business, because you have to grow your mind. You have to grow your mind. You just have to grow your mindset, or you probably won't get very far, just to be real honest with y'all. So dig into some personal development, you guys. Start writing down pain points that your ideal business partner can have so you can reach out to them, identify their pain point, give them the solution of your business, okay? So I'm super excited for you guys. We're all going to be recruiting rock stars, y'all. Recruiting rock stars. But I'm going to pop off. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. I hope this was helpful. It's funny because I have learned this from day one in the business, but it's been so hard for me to incorporate until recently. But once you get it and you can really relate to people because you're identifying their pain points, they will want to come to you because you're solving their problems, right? You're solving their problems. So I'm going to pop off. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Comment below if you guys have questions. And let's get to recruiting. All right, bye, you guys.